Hey, in this video, I'm going to actually set up a use case from one of the tools we covered in the past, Feedier.com, great survey tool. I'm going to show you how to build a survey, embed it on your website as a little chat widget, and hopefully you'll get some ideas for your business. So stay tuned for this one. Hey everybody, this is David with Tech Smart Boss here with another video. Today I'm going to do a follow-up video on a product that we covered a long time ago, Feedier. It's a great way to do surveys, interactive surveys on your website. It's got rewards. I'll let you look at the original video for all the description of it. I'm going to actually build what they call a feedback carrier or a little interactive survey and put it on my website and show you an idea. So I've got a series of pages on the website about HubSpot. We do a lot of talk about HubSpot CRM. We've got a lot of videos about that. It's a great way if you want to capture user feedback either on if they like that particular article or capture it about HubSpot, maybe one of your competitors or anything. I'm going to give you an idea on how to do that and show you how to do it in Feedier. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new feedback carrier from scratch. We'll do it from scratch and I'll call this my HubSpot CRM survey. And this is really simple to do and really powerful in terms of how they allow you to do it. So their methodology, if I look at the header here, they take the user through a series of questions where you can ask them a rating, some questions, you can offer monetary rewards or coupons or discounts or anything that you want, do some engagements like try to get them on your mailing list or send them out to social media, and then you can share it in a couple different ways. So we're going to walk through a couple of these. We won't set them all up on this particular case, and that's what's nice is they are all kind of optional in terms of how you want to do it. So I'm gonna first let's do a rating. What do you think about HubSpot CRM? So this is what we're trying to gather is, what do they think about it? Is it good or not? So let's go ahead and complete that rating. And this by default will give us, like a 5-star rating that works really nice. We'll see it when I'll show you the preview at the end once we set everything up. So we've got our rating. So I can always go back in and edit and do things there to kind of structure that rating. But it's really, really simple to set up. All right, let's go ahead to the next step. Question. So in the question, they got lots of different types. I can have them select dates, upload files, select from images. You can kind of see as I hover here, I could do NPS scores, lots of different survey types. So anything you can imagine. I'm just going to do a long text because I'm going to ask them a simple question. What do you like about HubSpot CRM? So you might be thinking, well, they might have given it a low rating. And that's what I really like about Feedier. They allow you to start to base these questions, you'll see the satisfaction ratio on what they did in that rating. So if they said they liked it, let's say they were about in the 80 to 100% or 75 to 100% range on that initial rating, I'm going to ask them what they like. Very simple concept here. So let's go ahead and continue. And I can make some minimum, make them type at least 20 characters and things like that. So let's go ahead and complete that. And then what I can do is come back in and ask a second one. And let's do another long text and say, what do you think HubSpot CRM can improve on? Because with the satisfaction ratio, I know if they did less than that 75%, I'm gonna do 70% because it's a 5-star rating, so this'll work. I'll have it that way. So very powerful how you can selectively ask a question based on the ratings, and I can also further ask questions based on conditional logic. So for example, if I did want to ask a second question, let's just show you that as an example. I won't do it, but let's say I wanted to ask them one more question. I can do some conditional logic. I'll just say one more question and hit continue. You'll see conditions. I'm able to go in. You have to actually save the question first before you get to the conditions. But if I were to go in here now and edit and get into my conditions, I can now build all sorts of logic that based on how they asked a rating or the question before, if they like it or didn't like it, I can do different things in terms of my next question. So you can get really, really complex here in terms of how you do that. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. I just added that to show you an example. All right, so I've got my questions. Now, if I did want to give a reward, I could. I'm not going to go into rewards, but you'll see you could do all sorts of money and coupons and vouchers and messages and invite them things, all kind of cool stuff. You can do engagements. I won't get into engagements on this video. I'm gonna keep it a little bit faster as I can. But you can do mailing lists and send them out to do if it's a 5-star engagement, ask them to do a referral on a one of the Yelp or Google reviews or Facebook or something like that. Really cool. Let's pop. I'm not going to, settings, lots of power in settings to do all sorts of, text editing, branding, all sorts of things. So I won't get too much into that. Let's go ahead and pop this on our website so you can see it in action. So let's click on share. And lots of ways to share, but one of the things I like the most is embedded. Well, you can embed it in your site. I like the little engager widget, and what that's going to allow you to do is put it in the lower left or the lower right of your website, kind of like a chat widget. So I've got an example here. Now let's show more details. There's lots of attributes you could do. And one of the things I like is you can do a little proactive message and make a little message pop. So I've already got that kind of copied into my post bin here. So what I'm going to do is take a couple things here and copy, and I'm going to go ahead and just set up my code over here. Now, if you do want to have this code, just email me, david@techsmartboss.com. I'll be happy to give it to you. But I'm going to put in the right data carrier ID, and I'm going to put in the right data key. And then what I'm going to do is put this code in Google Tag Manager so that it goes on the specific page that I want it to go on. And what I'm doing is I'm going to put this on every page on my blog site or my website where I talk about HubSpot. I'm going to add this little widget to try to collect feedback to learn more about HubSpot that I could write about or what people are interested about. So I'm going to pop into Google Tag Manager, do a new tag. I've got another video out there about that, so I'll let you watch that video to learn about Google Tag Manager. So I'm going to call it Feedier HubSpot. And let's go ahead and add that code that I just copied in there. So what this code is going to do is going to pop up a little alert. You'll see it, and we'll go through it. And I'm going to trigger it to be on all my HubSpot pages. So it's not going to go on my entire website, just on pages that have that are related to HubSpot is where I want to collect this HubSpot feedback. So you can imagine that you could do this across your site on all sorts of the categories and the competitors and everything else you can imagine. All right, so I've got it there. So I'm on a HubSpot page right now on my website where I talked about getting started with HubSpot CRM. I'm going to refresh this, and I added this little snippet of code. It should show up in my lower right. Look at that. What do you think about HubSpot CRM? Now that looks kind of small. The way I set their code up is if I don't do anything with that for a couple seconds, oh, look at that. It kind of does a little shimmy and it pops up. Your feedback matters. Tell us what your experience with HubSpot CRM is. Okay, now this is where we're going to do the preview. Let's go ahead and say, let's go. So it's a very nice way to get attention from something that starts as kind of, in the corner, sitting by itself. So a user say, well, okay, I'll give you my feedback on HubSpot CRM. Let's take a look at how we set this up. So here's the rating system. What do you think about HubSpot CRM? And they can rate it. Awful, don't like it, not bad, like it. Let's do the don't like it so we can see what the dissatisfaction chain look like. Continue. Now it's going to ask me a question. What do you think it can improve on? That was because I said it was a don't like. And that's some of the power that you can do. Now we didn't add in, I'll just type in at least 20 characters so we can get through this. But you'll see it'll give me a thank you. And this is where I could have put my rewards, my engagements. And it has a little feedback, like took you 27 seconds, your first place. They do a lot of gamification and things like that. So very easy to do, very easy to set up and powerful. So hopefully this gives you some ideas on how you can use some of the technology that we talked about in the past. And I'm going to be doing more of these videos. So if you like this kind of video where I cover use cases from past technology, leave a comment on our YouTube channel. Also check out our website, techsmartboss.com, and stay tuned for the next video.